Now it's your turn to get to know each other a little bit more through a little bit of training that I like to do. Now it's a fun little training. It's going to require you to get up to do what? You don't have to right now. I'll tell you when to in just a moment. I'm going to get you to move a little bit. And when you move, what's going to happen is you're going to greet someone else in the room. I want you to get around this room as much as possible, greet as many people as you can, and you're going to do it in a very specific way. Because I think the very first relationship you have in your office when you see them visually, not over the phone obviously, is important. Now let's be honest here, guys, and I'm not trying to call anybody out. How many of you know that every single person that that everybody on your team knows that they are to greet every single client with a handshake and their name? Wow. Okay, thank you. Let me talk to you as a patient and as a father of patients. The most dreaded thing going into a dentist's office is sitting in the waiting room, the dentist or orthodontist office, sitting in the waiting room, and then all of a sudden somebody comes to a door or an opening with the execution letter of Mr. Watt or Dino, and I have to stand up and walk all the way over to them awkwardly. Yeah, that's me. And then you take me back to the execution chamber. It's a terrible relationship right there. Hey, is your job easier or harder if they like you the moment they see you? What's the number one thing people like to talk about? Themselves. Give them the opportunity. Craig, come on and step up here, please. Give me a big round of applause again, you guys. Doing a good job. Now I'm going to do what I call handshake training. How many of you handshake before? It's nothing new, right? Let me give you a brand new way to shake hands. Let me give you a brand new way that will create an instant connection with every single client and every single person you meet. And for the rest of today, when you see other people even in this room, you're going to play a little funny game with them, and it's okay, but we're going to play full out. Yes, we're all playing full out? All right, now there's a couple of trainings, and a lot of you have been on this earth a lot longer than I have, and I know you've heard some really interesting trainings about handshake, so I'm going to make it really simple for you. First thing about handshake, I actually have a little graphic here for you guys who are visual people like graphics. This handshake is actually a very good handshake. It's not the old school way of, as Craig and I will demonstrate, me showing you that I'm in control by putting my hand over your hand, or me being submissive by putting my hand underneath your hand. I'm not being a dead fish either. How many of you love the dead fish? Isn't that great? You know, you just want to tickle him a little bit on the thing. Don't get all excited. Great, do you see that? He got all excited as soon as I tickled him on his hand. All right. So, and you don't want to do that, I'm going to show you too hard thing, right? It's just an even shake. But there's two things missing out of this handshake. Eye contact. One is eye contact. Very good. Which eye do you look in? It's like the age-old question, right? It's like, which one should I look at? Not sure.
The lazy one.
The lazy eye. Is it really looking at me? Why are you looking over here? No, I'm over here. Yeah. Don't do that. Whatever you can do, don't do that. So there's the eye contact, and there's one other thing. Smile's nice, but that's not a contact, really.
Touching with the other hand.
Okay, so how do we touch with the other hand? Now, for those of you that are over here, let's raise it over here. Let's turn your body just a little bit there. All right, so some people will train you to do this. That's control. Don't want control. What you want is you want to even exchange, but you want to exchange the energy. All right, TCO group, what do you do? Do you remember? Good, okay. Secondary touch. Secondary touch on the forearm, the shoulder. Guys, be careful. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's why you got to be careful. I know you're looking at the eye. Oh, I'm sorry, man. All right, let's be really careful. You're just going to take it, and you're just going to do a touch, not one that they notice. Not when they're like, look, third one. Yeah, right. Be careful where you're doing it. Just a light little touch. Why? Because it creates a circle of energy right there with that person and instant connection. You add that to, I prefer looking in the closest eye to me and looking in their eye. And if you don't know the color of their pupil, which is always what?
Black.
Okay, I just wanted to see if you're going to say like green or something out there. Just testing you. So look at their pupil and connect with them. Go inside their brain. Hey, Craig, how you doing today?
Great, Dino. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. That is a really nice, scruffy little beard you got going on. It's kind of sexy.
Thank you very much. That's a good hairline.
I will not take that as a compliment. It's a family trait, thank you very much. Can I get another volunteer up here? Anybody? Anyone who doesn't mind my hairline? At least I'm not trying to make up for my hairline with scruffiness. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now in a minute you're going to have 60 seconds. How long? 60 seconds. And you're going to go around this entire room and meet as many people as you can. And I want you to overdo it. I want you to do what?
Overdo it.
Overdo it. Why? Because if you practice it one way, you know you're going to pull back when you get into the office. So let's go extreme. And then when you get in the office, you're going to do it perfectly. Good? Who's excited? 10 of you. Good. I'm moving up in numbers. That's awesome. The rest of you are like...